I know you, I can feel you with the green of soul. It's more than empty dreams and promises. It's not infecting me no more. When all I say to you is getting gone, you won't be feeling me no more. I know you, I can feel you with the green of souls. When you're not looking at me, I feel so slow. When all those dreams of all our memories, there's not being alone at one. And thoughts of you just bring me down inside. I sing it with the green of souls. I know you, I can feel you with the green of souls. When you're not looking at me, I feel so slow. What? Get your hands up. It's more than empty dreams and promises. It's not infecting me no more. When all those dreams are all our memories, I take it with the green of souls. I know you, I can feel you with the green of souls. When you're not looking at me, I feel so slow. Rising up, take a trip to the other side. Broken world from your eyes, close and lock them tight. Feel alive with the breath threatened to ignite. Spark a fire on the inside. Rise above, fly a jetpack to keep them down. Images of a thorn and a golden crown. Deadlock on the door, tell the mind itself. Set it off on the inside. We fall from a badly written rhyme, and the world knows contagious reaction in everybody's eyes. Sedition, attraction brings knowledge to the minds. Swollen time, hold a candle into the light. Breaking sound with an amp from another life. This is the last straw, last glance, last breath. Blow it up on the inside. Rise above, fly a jetpack to keep them down. Images of a thorn and a golden crown. Deadlock on the door, tell the mind itself. Set it off on the inside. Contagious reaction in everybody's eyes. Sedition, attraction brings knowledge to the minds. We fall from a badly written rhyme, and the world knows.
Alright. Let's do it one more time. Welcome to the listening room, you guys. I'm your host. Subscribe to the show. Hit that bell notification. Like the video for the content. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today on the listening room. Today my guest is a man among men, a giant among men, among most actually, and favorite here on the listening room. I actually had quite a few people hit me up after he was on the show the first time and say, we really want to see this man on the show again. So I'm very happy to announce that we have back today Mr. Brandon Baker. How you doing, boss?
Doing good, Eddie. Thank you for having me on the show today.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna have you on a lot more often, and it's a pleasure to have you. And I see you got your flute, so
I do have my flute right here.
I got my guitar over here, so at some point in the show today, we'll have to maybe play a song or two and just kind of have a little bit of fun. So, okay, let's get started, dude. Okay, so I always like to start the show off, like I like to start off my day with a little bit of gratitude. And I'm gonna defer to you. I've been in the first season, and then through a lot of the second season, I've always said my gratitude first. So why don't we go ahead and defer to you, and why don't you go ahead and tell me what you're grateful for today first. Why don't you give me something you're grateful for, brother?
Well, thank you so much, Eddie. Well, first thing first, I'm grateful that I got to wake up today. I'm grateful for another day. For another beautiful sunrise and expecting a beautiful sunset, and I'm so happy and grateful that Eddie Booze just on a whim said, hey, you want to come be on my show tonight? And I said yes, and he's like, what is it about? Just bring your flute. So I knew. I was like, yes, I get to share my passion for the flute, woodwinds, sculpting air, as I would like to say. So
sculpting air. I like that. That is special, B. I like that a lot. Okay, so
sorry, I was a little long-winded.
No, I'm loving that, dude. I'm loving that. I'm
Get it? Long-winded.
Right. I love it, B.
Thank you.
Your gratitude's fantastic, man, and I'm very grateful that you accepted my invitation to be on today. Kind of last minute,
Mm-hmm.
And
that's okay though,
No, dude, I'm really appreciative of you just in general, and just that you came over and you brought your flute, and I kind of told you it's gonna be a little different show today. So bring your instrument. We're gonna have a little bit of fun, and you were just kind of open to the idea of like doing something that you hadn't done before. So I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you doing that and bringing the bringing the music with you. So
of course.
Absolutely, dude. And today I'm grateful for, I'm gonna say this. Like I'm gonna say, I am grateful that money flows to me in constant abundance. I am so happy and grateful that I thrive in financial abundance. And I think that's the way to put it. I am so happy and grateful that I thrive in financial abundance. And And I'm saying this to you guys today because a lot of people out there right now are not. It's hard right now for a lot of people to be thriving right now, and I think that for me to share that, especially with you guys, is my way of sharing that that's something I'm working on too. And when I say I'm so happy and grateful that I thrive in financial abundance, this is a call to money.
Yes.
This isn't necessarily just I'm not saying that I'm rich by any means. In fact, I'm not. I'm what you'd call a starving musician. You know what I mean? I'm a musician. I live off my music,
Jazz musician,
But yeah, same as Brandon, but we make it work. We make life work, And just to be able to put yourself in a state of gratitude for especially financial abundance, even when it seems looking from the outside in that it's a scarce thing, and it might not be as available and as as in your face as
really
as it once was a couple months ago when everyone was working. But with that, I think, like I said, my gratitude is a call to money. It's a call to financial abundance. It's a call to the universe to say, I'm open. I'm ready to receive financial abundance. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
As opposed to just saying like, oh yeah, like I'm rich, I make a lot of money, like that's awesome. It's like, and even if you're not, but if you can think that way, if you can like put your mindset into that mind frame of like, I am rich, I'm doing super well financially, and see yourself that way, you will create that for yourself. And things are shifting and changing now, and hopefully, the things will be able to go, back to the way they were,
Hopefully.
to where people can go working and do their jobs. But things are shifting, and a lot of things are changing. And if we can just look and see, kind of, if we can just look and see what what's happening with the shift, and kind of get ahead of the curve, and maybe do something different than what we've been doing, then we might be able to survive this, and not only survive it, but thrive through it.
From it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Case in point, let's say an educational company like mine, for example, let's say we were generally going into schools and teaching kids. Well, this forces us to find another way to bring our programs to kids, right? Well, if we can be successful in doing so, and if we can find a business model that works for us, and we can be successful with, then what that does is, even if things do shift back to the way they were, what that does is opens up a new platform for us.
Right.
So in taking this time that we have downtime and utilizing it to create a new formula, create a new business model, and implement it, just in case it doesn't go back to the way it does. But if it does, we're running on two different complete business formulas, two complete different planes, and able to operate on a whole different scale now.
Right.
Because when you're looking at digital stuff like this, when you're going on a scale of digital, when you're teaching, I can teach someone, in Japan.
Right. Or I can teach someone, how to play the flute on the other side of the world.
Exactly. Exactly. You can. It doesn't. That's right. And distance doesn't matter. We don't have to be brick and mortar. We don't have to take our instruments into the schools and meet directly face to face. When we have the technology, we have the capabilities we do, and things along those lines. So it's forced some businesses and some entities and workers to get into that mind frame of, I'm going to shift. I'm going to shift some things into the business model and work with it, and make it happen. And when they do that, and those who are able to do that, or are able to take a step back, and instead of just being affected by everything and saying, "Oh my God, it's crazy," if you're able to just take a step back, what's going down, Tristan? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, Mom. Love you. If you can just take a step back from that, like worry, and just put yourself into the doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then success is right at your door.
I feel like a lot of the times the reason why we kind of handicap ourselves or we hamstring ourselves is because we all of a sudden decide, I'd rather not do it because for the afraid of failure, but rather then move forward with say you want to create your own kind of online business, right? Because things might never go back to being in person like way they were before,
right?
And education, for example, I go to a university in California. I go to Cal State Long Beach, and I have one more year there, and I feel for all those students out there right now that only have one more year or 2 more years or the next 10 years in school, is because now all of a sudden their online has become the standard for learning, and only with that, we kind of have to hold ourselves responsible and accountable. You know what I mean? And I have some, friends, out there that, have a hard time taking online classes. And something for me, it's like I've always enjoyed taking online classes,
right? Because
I'm different, and I actually, as much as I like going to class and experiencing the professor, as well, I like that hybrid model. It's like you go meet with your professor one time, and it's like, okay, I'll see you in a couple weeks. We'll take the test, but here's all the homework, and here are the days that your assignments are due. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then you come back, a couple weeks from there, take the test, and you're like, okay, and then another 2 weeks go by, all the material's online. The problem with that, though, is like you got to make sure, your professor's letting you know, like, hey, look, here's what you got to work on, and this is how you're going to be successful in this class. At the same time, you also have to do a lot of like, okay, what if I don't understand this? I have to reach out. So there has to be a new standard, new platform, that's faster than Zoom, that takes up with bandwidth, but you're allowed to interact, with the professor, on a weekly basis, and have it still be productive, especially for the students that, as me, I'm majoring in music. A lot of my class time is just performance ensembles. So all performing, in schools is not going to be allowed, because we have to be 6 feet apart.
Right.
Or it's, so.
And who's going to watch? I mean, where are you going to cram all these people into?
Same with dance students, right?
Right.
And same with, art students.
Of course.
People that, have to be, close to other people in order to make this work. So you're going to see, hopefully, technology advanced, to the point where, we can play in real time, and there's no, lag.
Interesting though. I mean, it's so strange, and I think what we're talking about here, what really boils down to some of what the foundation of what we're talking about here seems to be adaptation. And it's how do you adapt with the changing environments,
Right.
and how do you keep successful when you've had a business model or an education model or whatever it may be that's worked for 100 years. You know what I'm saying? That's worked for your literally your entire life, and you don't know anything different
As long
other
as
than
the
that.
school system has been around. You know what I
Right,
mean? It's
exactly,
been-
and that goes back to what we
running
were
like
talking
that.
about with business owners starting, having to kind of shift with the
the
curve.
business model
and
is
and
changing.
ship exactly, and are you able to get ahead of the curve? Are you able to get to that point where you're feeling like, okay, like I'm gonna make this happen, I'm gonna make this work for myself?
Right.
And a lot of time, to be honest with you, it's hard.
It
It's
is
hard
tough.
to be able
Yeah.
to even take that mentally, to even make the mental shift
Mm-hmm.
to start to act fit, on it, actually, to actually take action
Yeah,
towards it.
to manifest it
Right.
in your life, because you have to put yourself in a feeling state where, and sometimes we try to hide, push down, put our feelings in a box, you know what I mean? But our
Right.
feelings a lot of times are going to direct us in the direction that needs to flow.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
big time.
And as an artist, I know you understand that emotion, right? It's this
Energy and motion.
Energy, exactly.
Yep.
And, and that once that energy, is put in the right direction and pushed in the right direction. There's so many things out there that are trying to vie for, our attention. But in that moment, the jazz musician, goes from a 0% to 100% when he's improvising. He's taking that fast solo and he's like, okay, I'm all in. You know what I
Right.
mean? And we need to be all in when it comes to our finances. It's like I attract money and money
Right.
comes to me rather
Exactly.
than like, I don't know if money is for me. If you don't know
Or-
how you feel, that's what you're gonna get from the universe.
Right.
This kind of uncertainty. Am I
Dude,
gonna, make it? Or,
I feel like I have blocks surrounding money, like blocks, like emotional
and
and
they're-
mental
they're-
blocks
they're
surrounding
in
money
our
that
head.
were intrinsic and built in me over years, programmed.
Right.
I was programmed with these blocks around money that, like, okay, well, if I come from this place, then I should only be able
poverty.
to make it here because, but I realized that I was the only limiting myself.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? That I was getting in my own way. And the moment I started to have these, okay, so here's the weird thing. You know how weird it feels to just stand by yourself and say things like, I love money. I love money so much. Like, I'm so happy and grateful that I thrive in financial abundance. Even if you're not thriving in financial abundance, it's so weird. It's so strange to stand there and say that over and over again.
Right.
But what happens is you start to change your thought process. You start to change your thought process around your worth, around worthiness of money.
Right.
And you start to think to yourself, well, I'm actually worthy of having this money. And then all of a sudden your brain starts to, your thought process starts to change, your action process starts to change, and things in your life, it's so strange because, looking at it from a subjective point of view, when you're yourself, you don't see the growth.
Right.
You don't see the daily things. That's why one of the things we normally talk about on the show is taking account of your small wins,
Right.
and celebrating your small wins every day. So when you're looking from the inside out, you don't see that. You don't see that growth as often as you do. As you actually grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
so I think it's like I said, it's definitely important to be able to like recognize that as
Right.
as we're moving in towards that direction.
Yeah, and they say 1,000 drops in one bucket, you can make a puddle. You know what I mean?
Exactly
And
right.
So it's it's over a matter. I think I told
And really, the 1,000 drops, you're working on your mentality.
Right.
You're working on your heart.
Right.
You're connecting with inside, and you're allowing yourself to understand that you are deserving.
And this heart and this brain connection, you have to somehow
Yes.
synchronize, your
Yes.
heart feeling with your brain. Because if you get too mental, you can kind of psych yourself out
Totally.
of ever
All the
going
time.
for it. You know what I mean? That's why I always say, well, I don't always say it, but I'm gonna say it always now. It's like I try to think from the heart, but and then make the decisions, with that in mind. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
And I, another thing too, it's like 1,000 drops in a bucket. It's similar to like playing the flute, right? Because I told my student today, Braylon, if you're watching out there, great saxophone player coming up. If you know, you put 10,000 hours into practicing, or you know, into this instrument. All of a sudden, you know, you become kind of like a master of that instrument. You know, and for a long time, I've always thought, you know, being a master of an instrument is something that I'll never be, right? As a musician, as an artist, you know, as an entrepreneur, as a, you know, leader of a business, it's like, oh, I'll never master it. There's always something to learn, and that is even true for masters, jazz masters, classical music masters, rock masters, you know, blues masters, you know, B.B. King, Stevie Ray Vaughan, you know, Jimi Hendrix, you know, all these great artists, you know, that were a master at a certain art form. You know? And it's funny because I play jazz, and jazz is this melding pot of music, right? And so we never say like, oh, I've got it, now I'm a jazz master. You know what I mean? It's always the next level, and that's the beautiful thing.
That's why I took out. See, I put Woodwind Master on there last time, and that's why I took it out, and it's Woodwind Gangsta this time.
I like it
because you know, yeah, we gotta pay respect too. Anyway, so Bender, good to see you, brother. Good to see you out there, Bender, Tristan, Mom, everyone else watching. You guys are awesome, and so we got to do a couple things today. So there's a couple of different things that we're gonna do today. Number one, let's play a song. Down?
Right, I'm down.
All right.
Down.
You wanna pick one?
Yeah. Let's.
All right. I turned the reverb on, so it sounds nice and crisp now. All right. You want some headphones, or you good?
Do you have headphones?
I got them, dude. You want them?
I would love some.
I got you. Here we go. All right. Let me get Brandon a pair of headphones real quick here.
This is great. Can I warm up a little bit?
Yeah, dude. Show them what's up.
Show them what's up. Okay, cool. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know how a flute works.
For those of you who don't know.
So this is you know, the C flute, and I can play up to like 3 octaves on it, starting middle C. An octave below it. All right, now let's see how this mix sounds. Sick.
All right. What do you want to play, B?
Just so you guys know, Eddie does great sound. So.
I appreciate you, B. All right. This is a little different. I did this twice.
A little down in the mix. It's a little loud for me.
Little loud for you?
Yeah,
I turned it down for you.
Cool. Echo.
All right. How's that? Better?
That's perfect.
Check 1, 2.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Come on now. Will you reach over and hit unmute the very last channel on there? It's like 16. Yeah, or wherever. It's the last channel. The very top. Yep, that's the one.
Flute Ninja.
All right, there's something not quite right. That was what it was. There we go. All right, let's do it. Let's do a song. All right, B, what do you want to do?
You know my favorite song that I like to play?
What?
It's probably Layla, even though...
Oh, shit. It's been a while. Let me see if I can... All right, I can probably knock out Layla.
Or Wonderful Tonight. Any Eric Clapton.
All right, let's do it.
Big fan.
All right. Let's do this. I'm trying to do it in my twisty chair here. I should just go get a stool for these episodes when I'm gonna have a guitar. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just have my stool ready to rock. All right, here we go. Let's try Layla. Layla. What do you do with warm up on that one vocally. Actually, I should have done something before that. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not the one to jump right into. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's like third set.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Now that's like it's like late first, early second set.
Right.
Because it's got some notes. You know, you don't want to do it at the very end when you're all worn out. You know. So, all right, let's do one more quick one, and then let's do "Wonderful Tonight" since you're on a little Clapton kick.
Beautiful.
Let's do it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's late in the evening. She's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts on her makeup and brushes long blonde hair. And then she asks me, do I look alright? I say, my darling, you look wonderful tonight. Go to the party, everyone turns to see this beautiful lady walking around with me. And then she asks me, do I feel alright? I say, my darling, I feel wonderful tonight. I feel wonderful because I see the love right in your eyes. And the wonder of it all is that you just don't realize how much I love you. It's time to go home now. I've got an achy head, so I give you the car keys, and she helps me to bed. And then I tell a lie as I turn out the light. I say, my darling, you are wonderful tonight. You are wonderful tonight. Fucked up a little bit in there, but there were a couple notes in there, and I was like, "Yo, wait a minute, that wasn't right."
They don't know that.
All right, here we go. All right, so I got a couple questions for you. I got some trivia for you. All right, so tonight I got some. We had Beej on last night, and Beej is a guitar. I appreciate that, Bender. He says when he was in a band, we used to warm up to playing Minor Threat and the Ramones. Those were some good times. Yeah, you know, Minor Threat does seem like a good warm-up, actually. I think that would be a good warm-up.
It's a good warm-up, yeah.
We're just a minor threat. All right, let's do this. All right, you guys. I love that. Bender says, good job, guys. This is one of my favorite classics. Love it. Kenny, good to see you. Tiago, Shannon, Amanda. Wonderful to see all of you guys in the house tonight. All right, Brandon, I got some woodwind trivia for you.
Love it.
But before we get started, I have prizes. Okay, last night I was guilty of not having prizes for Beej, and I got a bunch of shit for it. So I didn't have a prize ready for. I'm just kidding. No, you guys didn't give me shit. You guys were awesome. All right, so here we go. But here's the thing. So you can either have door number 1.
Door number 1.
Door number 1 is the cookware, the Aussie stick, Aussie Cook kitchenware designs from down under, Bob. And it's a.
What's in the bag?
You know what? Let me turn off this. All right. Damn. Now I actually sounded like a full-on announcer with the reverb on and everything. But they're like, you like roast marshmallows and shit on them. But you can like, I guess it's something you can kind of use to cook in the fire.
I love it.
So they're like telescoping. Let's see if I can get these things out of here, or one of them at least. All right. So it's like a telescoping thing. You can like put like
it's so bad.
you can put like
It's so cool.
marshmallows on or like hot dogs and like stick it in the fire.
Man.
Okay, that's what they're for. So this is the Aussie Cook, Aussie Sticks. Here is the known prize. This is the known prize. The other two are unknown prizes. So let me see here. Let me put this back on that so that doesn't get pokey.
That's fantastic. That's when you go like for a bonfire.
That's
You
right.
wanna
You
roast
just
some
take it down
marshmallows.
to Bolsa Chica.
There you go.
Sit on the beach when you're allowed to again. And I mean tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And then yeah. And so that's door number 1. All right.
I love it.
And then we got door number 2, which is a hidden prize. Okay.
Ooh.
And then we have door number 3, which is also a hidden prize, Brandon. And you get to choose before we play. You get to choose to see which prize you're gonna play for. So you can choose now. You can just openly choose. Pretty soon I'm gonna have a little wheel. I'm gonna like put it up here on the speaker and like let you spin the wheel, and it'll like land on whichever prize, and that'll be cool. But and it'll be random eventually. But for now, you can choose door number 1, the Aussie Cookware, Bob.
Whoa.
Or door number 2, the zipper mystery prize.
Nice.
Or door number 3, the treasure chest mystery prize.
I love it. Well, I'm gonna have to go with. I've been meaning to figure out how next time I go to the beach and have a bonfire to roast my marshmallows. So I think I'm gonna have to go with door number 1.
You're gonna go with door number 1. You're gonna go with the known.
I'm gonna go with the known.
What? You would have if what was that? What was that show? Deal or No Deal? You wouldn't have been any fun on Deal or No Deal, Brandon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Said thank you.
Well, at first I didn't know what it was, so I probably would have gone for one of the treasure chests.
Well, you don't know what's in either of the treasure chests.
I don't know.
And now you know. But that is kind of appealing. I will say, that is pretty appealing.
Because I was actually thinking about it the other day. I was like, I don't have any more metal coat hangers to take apart.
There you go, dude. Now you have specifically for your hot dogs and marshmallows.
Hot dogs and marshmallows.
Boom, right there, the Aussie Cookware.
it.
Are you sure? Now, are you sure you want to just is what you want to play for? I'm just making sure.
I think I'm sure, yeah.
Okay, well, I mean that's how Monty, whatever his name was, used to do it. He'd be, are you sure?
Monty Python?
Are you sure? No, I can't remember his last name. The guy who hosted Deal or No Deal forever. He said, Bender says, what about the doll? What doll?
Can I have the doll?
Oh, this doll. No. That's mine. This stays right here. This is my guy.
4?
That's my guy. He's stuck there.
It's not open.
Okay. So are you sure? Should make sure you're sure.
I think I'm sure.
Okay,
yes,
here we go.
Sure,
This is
sure.
okay. So now we're gonna put it up here.
All right.
And if Brandon gets it, so these two are out of play now, and I'll save these for another guest. All right, Brandon, you ready for this?
Yes, the other guest might thank me later.
So you know, Brandon has a tendency to say very random things. One time, he's it's Let's Make a Deal. That's right. It was Let's Make a Deal. And Monty Hall. That's right. It was Monty Hall. By the way, I saw him do some pretty dick things at times. It was actually it seemed like he got off on seeing people lose. Like, just go back and watch some of those episodes. I'm not kidding. It was actually pretty funny. All right, so check this out. All right. So Brandon, one time we were about to start playing, and we were at like a really nice restaurant, and Brandon plays incredible. He's one of the best sax flute players I've ever met in my entire life.
Thank
He
you.
leans over and he says to me, I'm going to start this next song with body percussion. I said, you better fucking not. He's going to start tapping his legs and shit. I'm like, B, what's wrong with you? He goes, I love it, dude. One time, I think we were playing the exact same. One time we were playing the same restaurant, and I think Brandon goes. I can remember Brandon. You came up to me. You said, "Hey,
Sounds like me.
You said, do we got a couple minutes before we play?" I said, "Yeah." You said, and I remember you said, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna go brush my teeth." I looked at you. I said, "The fuck were you doing before you got here, bro?"
I think I had some hummus and chips or something.
something you felt a need to take care of. You know what I mean?
It's probably ate an apple and it got stuck to my teeth, to be honest.
You are kind of a fruit monger, aren't you? Well, it's one of the best mongers to be, I guess.
Last time I was here, I had a whole fruit parade.
You did. You brought like a whole bunch of trays of fruit and stuff. It was kind of
salad.
awesome. All right, so no playing today though, unfortunately. Well, I mean, no like performance, live musical performance. But let's get to your trivia, and then I'll kind of get with you and see what you've been doing with the music you played here the last time you were on the show.
Love it.
Because I know that you were doing some things. All right, so question number. All right, question number 1, Brandon. I come from a large family within the woodwind section. While some of my relatives are very rare today, there are still more than a half dozen of us still in common use. I have been called a licorice stick by my jazz musician friends. What am I? A saxophone, a flute, an oboe, or a clarinet?
I'm gonna have to go with letter D. The
Clarinet.
clarinets. Yeah, licorice stick. I think that's what they.
That's correct, Brandon. 1 for 1, brother. 1 for 1. I'm going to mark that down. All right, so check this out. So, clarinet is right. The answer is the most common variants within the clarinet family are the soprano clarinet, made in virtually every key, but most common in Western music in the keys of B flat and A.
That's right.
The E flat soprano clarinet, the E flat alto clarinet, and the B flat bass clarinets. More rare, but still in use, are the E flat contra alto clarinet, the B flat contra bass clarinet, the A basset clarinet, and the F basset horn.
Good to know.
I like how you're very surprised by the answer.
Oh, I should know this,
Wow.
right? I should be a master. Yeah.
I love it. All right, here we go. What is the definition? Question number 2.
Number 2.
What is the definition of a woodwind instrument? What is the definition of a woodwind instrument?
Definition of a woodwind instrument?
Yes. What is the definition of a woodwind instrument?
Well, it must be an aerophonic type of instrument.
Which is what?
Which means wind blown. So you have to use some type of wind or vibrating a reed or striking like the strike edge on a flute to create the woodwind sound.
Okay. So.
And it's usually made out of wood or it's made out of some type of metal.
Okay, I will give you a hint here at the answer because you're right around it. You're dancing around it.
There you go.
But I'll give you a hint here. It has to do with how the notes are played.
Woodwind instruments, they have what's it called? Finger keys, where you can put you press down a certain amount of keys, and you can get different pitches of it.
Bingo. Okay, so you very, very good. Good.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
the answer to this is actually this. Check this out. The answer to this is a wind instrument, and I'm going to give this to you because you got this right.
Thank you.
It says a wind instrument is in which pitch is altered by covering or uncovering holes, usually with keys, along its length. So, woodwind instrument it has to do with the covering or uncovering of holes along the length of the instrument. Woodwind instruments can be made of wood, metal, like saxophones or flutes, as well as of ceramics or plastic. The tone holes may be covered and uncovered by keys or by the player's fingers. Bender says, Brandon, I'm curious to know if you've ever tried to mic up your flute and try to make electronic sounds with it, such as distortion or flanges, or wah-wah would sound cool. Have you ever done that? Have you ever used like a distortion
I
pedal?
have done that. Sometimes I'll plug a mic into like a delay pedal or a wah-wah pedal or into a little, Boss ME50.
Yeah,
and
so it's
then-
got multiple. So it's got processing
and
on
then-
it.
and it's kind of like a guitar processor, but I can basically hook that up to a guitar amp or a PA, and then you can get like a kind of like a wah sound, or you can get kind of like a delay sound on the flute, and that's really fun to mess with.
For
Yeah,
sure.
So good idea.
For sure. All right, cool. So, all right. Question number 3. What instrument does the ocarina sound the most like? What woodwind instrument does the ocarina sound the most like? You know what an ocarina is, right?
I do know what an ocarina
Well,
like.
what woodwind instrument does the ocarina sound the most like?
Sounds kind of like a June. That's like another type of ocarina. So maybe June is a different name for ocarina.
Nope. If it's another type of ocarina, then nope. It's what instrument does the ocarina sound most like? What woodwind instrument that is a general woodwind instrument does the ocarina sound the most like?
Like a flute.
There you go. Bingo. The flute is correct. Number 3. Ocarinas are little clay flutes. All right. Next question, B. Here we go. Who would have thought that a piccolo isn't just a piccolo? There are also piccolo versions of other wind instruments.
This is true.
Which of the following does not exist? A piccolo clarinet, a piccolo oboe, a piccolo heckelphone, or a piccolo saxophone?
I'm gonna have to say. Can you repeat the choices one
I
more
can
time?
repeat the choices one more time. I can repeat the choices one more time.
Cool.
All right. And if you guys know out there, if you guys know any of these, you want to help B out, you can just throw it up in the comment section. He's looking. He's looking for help.
I'm looking.
All right.
Phone a friend.
Look at me. Look at me.
All right.
I'm your captain now.
All right, Captain Eddie.
All right. Here we go. Which of the following doesn't exist? Piccolo clarinet, piccolo oboe, piccolo heckelphone, or piccolo saxophone?
Okay, well, I don't know what a heckelphone is, so I'm gonna have to say a piccolo heckelphone.
The answer is a blowing in the wind. I'm just kidding. You got that one wrong, B. That one is a piccolo saxophone is the answer.
Okay.
The piccolo clarinet is one of several names for the A-flat clarinet. It is also known as an octave clarinet or sopranino clarinet. The piccolo oboe, oboe, musette, or musette is the highest pitched oboe as well as the smallest. The piccolo heckelphone was invented in 1904 and has a similar sound to an oboe. The rarity of the piccolo heckelphone means that there are not many compositions available for this instrument. However, some do exist. Some websites will argue that a piccolo saxophone, commonly known as a soprilo, exists, and it does. However, it is not considered as true saxophone. All right, you ready for the next question, B?
I'm ready.
All right, you're 3 for 4. You're 3 for 4. Here we go. All right. I am the highest pitched instrument in the orchestra. I have a larger sibling who is generally used more than me, unless I get a chance to be in a marching band, or I often get featured during the trio section. What am I? Am I a concert flute, an oboe, a glockenspiel, or a piccolo?
I'm gonna have to say D, piccolo.
Correct, Brandon. Answer is D, the piccolo.
Yes.
Give it up right here.
Love
The
it.
piccolo is the smallest of the flute family of woodwind instruments. The concert flute is the most commonly played. Both are in the key of C, 1 octave apart. Other flutes in the family include the treble soprano, flute d'amore, alto bass, contralto, contrabass, subcontrabass, double contrabass, and hyperbass flutes. That's rad. I had no idea about that. That's super cool. All right, you got that one.
I have an alto flute and I have this flute.
You knocked that one out of the
I
park,
have a
B. Like, you
piccolo.
knocked that one right out of the damn park.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. This woodwind
Right.
instrument has the deepest sound in its family. Is it the bassoon, the clarinet, the bass clarinet, or the contrabassoon?
The contrabassoon.
Correct, Brandon. The contrabassoon.
Things are great. They look like straight out of like a Dr. Seuss movie or something.
Nice. The contrabassoon is a relatively new instrument to the woodwind family, an octave 8 notes lower than the bassoon. It has a very deep, rumbly sound. Listen for it, along with the bassoon in The Sorcerer's Apprentice by Dukas. All right. Is it Dukas or Dukas? Dukas. Of course, I should give you another point for that one.
Thank you. I get a half a point.
I'll give you a quarter point anytime you knock out. If you knock out a couple of little things for me, I might give that one back to you. But see, I never told you how many you had to get to win that prize. By the way, to win the Aussie Sticks. By the way, all right. But if you get all 10, I'll give you 2 of the prizes. How's that? If you get 8, I'll give you the Aussie Sticks. If you get 8 out of 10, I'll give you the Aussie Sticks. You get 10 out of 10. I'll give you the Aussie Sticks and your choice of mystery gift as well.
All right.
You see that?
I'm excited, man.
Generous. Let's go. Here we
Captain
go.
Eddie, generous.
You remembered. I am your captain now. All right. Why?
Why not?
Another quarter point to Brandon for that one.
Random Brandon strikes again.
Love it. All right. Question number, what are we on, 7 here?
Number 7?
Yeah, we're on 7. Why is the flute considered a woodwind? Why is the flute considered a woodwind? Now, I'll give you a hint here.
Does that have anything to do with the last question?
Nope, it does not.
Cool.
There's your hint.
Is that my hint?
That's your hint.
That's my hint.
You asked a question, you got an answer. That's your hint.
I love it. Okay.
Why is the flute considered a woodwind?
It
has nothing to do with the uncovering and covering of holes.
That's what I was thinking, because that's what I was going to say. So thank you for that hint.
Why is it considered a woodwind?
Let's see. It's considered a woodwind because you use wind to make a sound on the hole.
No.
No?
No.
Okay, can I try one more time?
Of course, bro. You're gonna. I'm not cutting you off just yet.
Cool.
It's double elimination, not single elimination. I'm just kidding. There we go. All right. So, all right. Let me give you. Let me see if I can give you another hint here. I can't, because if I say that'll give it away. All right. So, okay. I'll give you a hint. It has to do with the very first flute that was ever made. Why is the flute considered a woodwind? It has to do with the very first flute that was ever made.
Because it was the first flute that was ever made was made out of wood.
Bingo! I'm giving it to you.
Woo, Eddie.
Good job, B. Good job, B.
That's a good one. That was a very good one, Eddie.
All right.
I like that question.
I like that question too. I like your answer to that question, Brandon.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, you got 3 more questions. Here we go. Woodwind instruments come from all over the world. However, the reeded versions with more than a double reed come from one particular area. Which is it? Now, let me repeat this question for you. Woodwind instruments come from all over the world. However, the reeded versions with more than a double reed come from one particular area. Which is it? I'll give you a hint. It's a continent.
It's a continent from Europe.
That is incorrect, Brandon. I'm gonna have to take that one from you. Okay. But you still got 2 quarter answers right. So if you get like 2 other quarter answers, I might like.
What continent was it from?
It's Asia. The answer is Asia. Wow. Woodwind instruments come from all over the world. However, the reeded versions with more than a double reed come from one particular area. Which is it? It is Asia.
Asia. Wow.
And it's the Burmese HNE comes in 2 different sizes, with the HNE Galay being smaller than the is it called knee guy?
Not sure.
The body of the knee is straight, with the end growing larger into a cone shape, similar to a shawm. Mm-hmm. The Pai from Thailand comes in several sizes, with the Pai Nok being the smallest and Pai Mon being the largest. The Pai is used in traditional Thai music and is similar to the Cambodian sralai.
Wow, that sounds like a bassoon.
Interesting. Oh, does it?
Yeah,
okay.
It's 2 reeds, yeah.
All right, here we go. Question number 9 and 10. You're on the line now. You got to get these next 2.
I gotta get these next 2.
Dog, here we go. And I think you might be able to get this. It's a jazz question. Here we go. My family is the youngest of the different woodwind families. We've only been around since 1840. Sometimes people wonder if we really are woodwinds, because of our skins, but our reeds give us away. As the alto in the family, I was made famous by this jazz musician. A. Dizzy Gillespie. B. Buddy Rich. C. Benny Goodman. Or D. Charlie Parker.
I'm going to have to say Charlie Parker.
Answer correct, Brandon. Answered correct.
Yeah.
Charlie Parker. The saxophone family of instruments was invented by Adolphe Sax, 1814 to 1894. Saxes are most well known for jazz, but they do make appearances in classical orchestral music on occasion and are common in concert brands. Charlie Bird Parker, 1920 to 1955, played a leading role in the development of the bebop jazz style.
Yep.
Excellent job, Brandon.
Thank you. It was bebop, hard bop, and then hip hop. And that's where we are now. So.
There we go. All right, here we go. Next and last question, Bree. We have one more question for you.
Oh, I'm sweating bullets. Let's do it.
You got it's it. It's all riding on this. It's all riding on the final question. You didn't even get. I didn't even cut you off earlier. You're good.
Drum roll, please.
Woodwind roll. give me a flutter. There we go. I'm not the kind of instrument you will find in an orchestra, or even a concert band for that matter. Mostly, I am played when someone is feeling blue. What am I? I am either an A, ocarina, B, a recorder, C, a fife, or D, a harmonica. Think about the question. Think very hard about the question.
Give me one more time. Give it to me one more time.
I'm not the kind of instrument you will find in an orchestra, or even a concert band for that matter. Mostly, I am played when someone is feeling blue.
I love it.
A, ocarina, B, recorder, C, fife, or D, harmonica.
I'm going to have to say harmonica.
Yes!
Yeah!
Oh, it was awesome, B. All right, I need to get like a little sound thing here for like when that happens. You know what I'm gonna do? All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring in something right now that I can hit and have you have like a he wins type of thing. All right, here we go. Ready? Yeah! All right.
Bell has rung for me.
That was awesome. That was rad. All right, Brandon, you officially win the Weenie Roasters, the Aussie Stick, Aussie Cookware, kitchenware designs from Down Under. Bob,
Yes.
they're officially yours, my man.
Thank you so much. Eddie.
Enjoy your
you
next
so much.
enjoy your next barbecue down
Oh,
at the
I
beach
will.
and your next
Oh.
bonfire when you're breaking the law.
That's
Breaking
right.
the law.
Roasting the marshmallows.
Exactly.
Roast them all.
Well, that was excellent, B. You did a fantastic job on woodwind trivia today. I was very impressed with your knowledge of woodwinds. And, yeah, man, again, dude, thanks for coming on and hanging out with me today, dude. That was super fun, dude.
Dude,
You want to do one more tune before we get
I'd
out of
love
here?
to,
You want to
man.
do a goodbye song for the
Yeah,
for the lovely people out there? Kyle, love you. Good to see you, brother. Amanda says feeling blue. Harmonica joke. All right, here we go. All right, let me get my guitar.
Are you feeling blue, Eddie? You got a blues for us?
Hey, stop hitting my guitar on the table. What are you doing? All right, check. Oh, I should probably put my headphones on so I can hear what I'm doing. Hear what I'm doing. All right, let's do. Can you do something in G minor?
Of course.
Let's do it. Here we go. Let's do a little Bad Religion. Oh yeah, let's turn the. There we go. Boom. Here we go. Ready? Now here I go. Hope I don't break down. I won't take anything. I don't need anything. Don't want to exist. I can't persist. Stop me Oh, you guys are too awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me on the show today. Thanks to my guest, Mr. Brandon Baker. Give me something, bro.
Thank you so much for having me.
Love you, brother. All right, you guys are amazing. Thank you guys for joining me on the listening room today. That flew by the way, dude. It felt like that was an hour. We just went on for an hour, dog. It felt like it was 5 minutes. All right, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I said that 3 times.
Time flies.
I'm gonna say it one more time. Y'all are fucking awesome. Fucking love you guys.
Love you guys.
Kyle, Amanda, Bender, Tiago, Tristan, Mom. Absolutely love every single one of you guys in the house tonight. You guys are incredible. And remember, good things happen when you take the time to listen, you guys. My name is Eddie Booze, and I'll see you guys next time on the listening room. Thank you all. Love you all. In fact, whoa, where am I going? Am I literally gonna leave without telling you who's gonna be on tomorrow night? I don't think so. All right. Tomorrow night, Noah Grove. All the way from North Carolina, doing the damn thing.
Man.
Doing the damn thing. So don't be going anywhere. You're not like you're going anywhere. You're all fucking on lockdown anyway. So come back tomorrow night at 6:30. Check out Noah Grove all the way from North Carolina.
He's gonna kite surf all the way here. So
that's what I'm talking about. Stay horny, YouTube. We'll see you later. Thanks for being a part of the listening room tonight. My name is Eddie Booze. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications, and give the video a like. We'll see you guys every Monday through Friday right here at 6:30. Take care.